I saw that there was a problem that you would enter your information in writing on paper, and then you'd hand it over to the front desk. The front desk would take it and, like Kaiser Sose, it was gone. And then it would happen again. It would happen again at the imaging center, and then it happened at the surgery center. And I had to ask myself, what's really happening? Well, what was happening when I looked behind the scenes was that paperwork would get scanned into the electronic health record, but it had no identifying labels on it. And nobody was actually doing data entry to take the paper form and put it into a digital form. Then it would push on through the MA and the doctor. Then the doctor would dictate it in. And then the only time that any of this stuff was being digitally entered was when it came to the assessment, which was the diagnosis, and then whatever CPT code was going to be billed. That's what it all drilled down to. So none of the subjective information was actually being entered digitally to be carried forward. And so that's a broken part of the system. The government wants us to do EHRs, they want us to be digital, but when you start tracking what that really is, it's a bunch of PDFs with very little identifying labels on them, and you still have to sort through and dig through. It's like opening a drawer that has a bunch of paper in it. It just happens to be on a computer. What the system currently gives us is a picture of data, but not actually individual data points. So therefore, people keep on functioning in this antiquated system where paper is the first interface, and then it gets transitioned into just a digital view of that paper interface. And it really doesn't help the system at all. And many of these systems, the EHR systems that is, they actually add overhead to medical practices. They're not more efficient. So you have, I always say that a software will succeed or fail based on the user interface. And that's not me necessarily, it's any software, anywhere. And so when you play to the ease of interface, the ease of user interface, then you're going to have success with that software. The problem is a lot of these electronic health records have been designed for compliance, not necessarily for ease of interface. So now we're finally trying to push towards, hey, let's make it easier, where the physician, the MA, the front desk can point and click and get all the information populated, categorized, and can be searchable. Then we have a system that can actually function and make things more efficient. But at the present time, many of these systems, they're very hard to interface with, and so you end up having to hire supervisors to look over the shoulders of the people that are interfacing with the software to make sure they're interfacing appropriately. So we're still in the development phases, but we're getting there.